A new report shows how abortion numbers in Ohio have changed since the U.S. Supreme Court struck down the constitutional right to abortion.
That ruling was known as the Dobbs decision. NBC4's Cynthia Hill explains who's behind this new report and what its findings may mean. Cynthia?
Well, guys, the study is called We Count, and one of the study authors is an Ohio State researcher, and she said that they set out to do this study so that they can take a look at how the Dobbs decision has affected the nation and the state. Right now, abortion is legal in Ohio up to 22 weeks. When the U.S. Supreme Court put abortion rights in the hands of states 1 year ago, a group called the Society of Family Planning decided to begin this research. They say they found states, including Ohio, that didn't have bans but imposed restrictions, saw fewer abortions after the Supreme Court decision than before it.
Once a ban or a restriction has been put in place, the numbers go way, way down, and sometimes all the way to zero in states where there are bans. Complete abortion bans. And then if those bans are removed, the numbers come back up, but not as high as they were before the decision, before the change in the law.
The report says in Ohio, on average, 2,000 abortions were performed each month before the Dobbs decision. After Dobbs, the number dropped to as low as 770. Abortions have increased month after month since a Hamilton County judge put a block on this state law known as the Heartbeat Bill. In December 2022, the state recorded about 1,800 abortions that month. Anti-abortion advocates say the report shows laws have an impact, but in a different way.
When the highest court no longer forces abortion and states are able to enact pro-life laws, then abortion numbers will decrease. And so that's what we're seeing with this report.
Something Dr. Norris says the report reveals in a roundabout way about women who want an abortion but cannot travel out of state where it's legal.
Underneath each of these stories is a patient, is a person whose life was totally disrupted by these harms, and it's really important that those folks and their well-being really remain at the core of what we're thinking about. And our effort was intended to quantify how many people are going through these really challenging disruptions.
And according to the Ohio Department of Health's 2021 induced abortions report, abortions have trended down steadily in the state since 1994. Now, they are required by law to release their own report. They will do that by October 2023. Local for you in Columbus, Cynthia Hill, NBC4.
All right, Cynthia, thank you. New at 5, the White House proposed a new federal rule today limiting how law enforcement and state officials collect medical records to investigate women who leave their home states to seek abortions. The rule would prohibit healthcare organizations from sharing personal medical records with authorities for those investigations. It comes after a federal judge's ruling Friday threatening to pull an abortion pill off the market.